Only the task is the most important thing here. And the task here is, as far as I'm concerned, building a sobriety journey and staying sober on a daily basis, working every day to put together tools in place to continue this path down. I'm 69 days sober today, I think, and my goal at hand is the task of staying sober. I did a podcast last week, and I was a guest of a podcast last week, I should say. And the host asked, I'm just kind of reading my notes a little bit here. How is doing a daily journal, a daily video journal, keeping you sober? How's it helping with keeping you sober? And, the things that I didn't think about then but come to mind now is it just provides a constant look back at myself on a sober day. So I do, unfortunately, look at these things and critique them and edit them a little bit, but looking back on them gives me a glimpse of a day in the past when I was sober and I was clear of mind and providing some content towards this effort, this podcasting effort. The second is that in doing this, I'm looking for content everywhere. It constantly keeps your mind open, conversations open to the people you talk to, the things I see, just when I'm walking on a daily basis, which I try to do 2 to 4 miles a day. You're constantly thinking about things that you could talk about in content. I was walking today and was listening to Greg Laurie podcast. Great, I love the Greg Laurie podcast, and was walking past a Catholic church and there was service going on, and I was just thinking about God and my higher power, and in prayer, I would assume, just in a conversation with God, and unprovoked and without really any thought, I jumped into church and there was a mass going on and sat through an evening mass, which was wonderful, and then took communion. And content, right? And thought. So just looking back on that, so thinking about doing these video journals, those sorts of thoughts are crossing your mind, and those sorts of actions will come natural, not even thinking about it. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure about where this goes or where we take it, but I am sure that these are helping people. I am sure, because I hear from people. I talk to people on a daily basis that are watching this very simple little journal I'm doing, and it's giving them, I don't know, hope or whatever, but hearing someone else talk about their journey through sobriety out of inpatient is important. You get tools in inpatient, and attending different 12-step programs, you get motivation and you get society and you have folks around you that you can talk to. Yet it's the tools you need to take away on what a daily basis, how you get through and manage the ups and downs of life, which, truly I'm managing right now, the ups and downs in life. I applied a tool Sunday, I scratched my car, a little more, it's a scratch, and very upset about it because of the way it all happened. But after I thought about it and kind of drove away from the situation and went on to my next task for the day, really it's nothing that can't be fixed. It's not worth getting drunk over, and it's not worth letting fester, although it did carry over until the next day. Yesterday, someone asked, kind of what was wrong with me, and was I okay? And I was like, nah, I'm okay. And then someone else in the conversation reminded me of, you're probably not, because of what happened the day before with, getting a little nick on your car. So I'm not sure, but I am sure that it's helping me, and I am hoping that it's helping others. And, persistence and perseverance, every day having to put something down about yourself, or even with breaks in between. It's the perseverance and the persistence of keeping this going forward. No matter what else is going on, lock it off and just for a brief moment or two, making a log of what's happening in your life is like peeling back an onion on yourself on a daily basis. So, that's another thing that this is helping me with, because that does keep my feet grounded and keeps me living in the present and not future tripping or constantly living in the past, which so many of us suffer with, the guilt of the past. So, living in the present is very important. This keeps me in the present because I'm putting these things down on not a real-time basis, but pretty regularly. And this is having to keep me thinking about my sober journey. And what's the task at hand? Only the task of staying sober, only the task of providing some sort of video log or journal of someone going through this in real time, as so many people are. I read a lot of Facebook groups on sobriety, and I'll see the postings of people that have so many days or years under them in sobriety and how happy and joyful they are to post those things. So I think that this is accountability for me and humility for me, because they're not great. I'm humbled by the fact that I'm even trying to do this. I'm humbled by the way that I look on these. I'm humbled by, how I say a lot, but I'm proud of this project that we're working on, because I think it's ultimately going to grow to something significant. We do have some guests lined up, which is good, right? Been working on getting some guests on a podcast, so that's going to be new and interesting. We do have some conversations set up with folks that have a specialty in the addiction niche, which those conversations will move forward. We had some agreements on those things, and those folks still want to help. And, I'm excited about it. And I hope you'll keep watching. And I did learn how to use a hashtag today, so I'm going to include a hashtag in this, which is, a big improvement in our production quality. So, in closing, or just an additional thought, I had a friend recommend the movie Stutz, S-T-U-T-Z. It's a Jonah Hill documentary about his time he spends with his therapist. Man, I'll tell you, that is a great movie. I recommend it highly. There's so many insights, takeaways in that movie. I probably made about 10 pages of notes and copied my friend's notes as well. But one of the key things that Stutz, the therapist, stresses in here is that there are a couple of constants. So like a pyramid, right? On the bottom is your body, the middle are people, and the top is yourself. And the body part's important because staying healthy and eating well and exercising and keeping your body feeling good is very important to a positive mind. It's hard to keep yourself positive when you got a lot of aches and pains and you're not feeling well. People is very important, and I've now committed to making sure that on a daily basis I'm talking to people and making phone calls and chatting with other folks, because very quickly you become isolated and you start living your life through social media or emails or text. You have to stay connected to people. People are your lifeblood. They're very, very important to you. And then yourself. Just being honest with yourself. As I said a moment ago, being in the present and understanding that, as Stutz put it, there's a shadow man that lives in our life. And that shadow is always trying to put us down or tell us bad things about ourselves, or just kind of stop your momentum. So you have to be very conscious of yourself, right? So your body to feel good, people to keep your mind active, and your community strong, and then yourself, constantly self-talk and a positive. And that's very difficult for even the best of us to do. So we'll continue forward. I hope to have my first real podcast, which I'm just going to coin as a conversation with somebody. I'm excited about it because I like this person's accent. It's got a Jersey accent, which we'll talk about more. But not to make this too long, but we'll continue this forward. And man, you know, if you like this, please share it. I'm open for text messaging. As I always say, you can text me at 504-564-7544. That's really kind of set up now to grab text messages or voicemails. If you want to be part of this or chat or just whatever, right, have a conversation about our effort, it's 504-564-7544. And you know, if you hit the hashtag, please, because I took some time to do it and I hope it works, go subscribe to our YouTube page. We're constantly putting things up there, and we'll have some very interesting conversations with folks moving forward. So for that, thanks. And I don't have any sign off. Maybe I'll come up with a catchy sign off. So otherwise, I'm going to use this fancy little clicker and end this video. Take care.